Social media connects us, but it also raises concerns. Today, we speak with the experts to explore its impact and how to use it wisely. Namaste, this is Bibisa Tamang, and today we have two esteemed software engineers, Mr. Sanjay Khanal and Rishabh Karna, on the frame. Namaste and welcome, sir, Sanjay sir and Rishabh sir. We will directly dive into our question discussion. So, first of all, how does social media affect user privacy and which settings should be reviewed for better protection?
Social media exposes us to the world at large and not just to our friends and family. So, whenever we are sharing anything on social media, we have to uh, be conscious of the fact that it might slip away from the circle that it has been shared to, and things that stay online can seldom be retracted from being online. There might be multiple copies of it, and so it's actually very important to see who gets to see the content that we are sharing. Our profile information itself also needs privacy controls and settings, and um, above all, we have to have a fine-grained control of our privacy settings instead of sharing it with the entire world.
And regarding which settings should be reviewed to protect our privacy better in social media, so different social media platforms provide different kind of settings that we can use to limit what kind of information we share or with whom we share our information, right? So one of the main thing is the profile visibility. What kind of information do we want the public to view? For example, it could be the date of birth, or it could be email or phone numbers, right? So we can control which information is displayed to what kind of users in social media. And another one is the app permissions. Every applications that we have in our mobile phones, they request for some kind of permissions. For example, they ask for the location permission, or the permission to access your microphone, or the contact list, right? So you should be aware of which permissions you want your application to use, right? So you should be aware of that, and there are mechanisms to control those settings or parameters. And another is like we can also control what kind of post we want to share with what kind of audiences. Even in Facebook, you can set like I want to expose this post only to my friends or friends of friends, or to the overall public, right? So there is one setting where you can control the visibility level of the post. Another thing is like um, every social media applications, almost every social media applications are tracking our location. So we need to be aware that if we don't want to share our location information, we can turn that off. We can there almost every social media applications have that setting to turn on or off the location sharing option, right? So we can use that settings as well. And in Facebook or even Instagram, if you upload a photo, then it can automatically find which the profile of the user in the photograph. So they do the face recognition of the user and automatically tags them, right? So even in that case, we can turn off that setting. We can say, okay, you cannot do facial recognition on my profile. So we can do that as well. Like we should be aware of that, and we can authenticate to third-party applications with our social media profiles. We go to some applications, and what we do is we sign up with Facebook or sign up with Instagram, right? So we should limit that, and we should check which applications, third-party applications, have access to our information through social media apps or our profiles. And the last thing is we can enable the login alerts. We can get notification on every social media logins that happens in our profile. For example, I have Facebook in my phone, but I can log in from my browser as well. But I should be able to know that I have logged in from the browser. What that does is, if anyone gets hold of my account information, username and password, and tries to log in, and if I get the notification, okay, I can say that, okay, this is not me, and I can disable that login, or I can change my password, right? So these are a few of the things, few of the settings that we can use to protect our privacy.
With that, what are the risks of sharing personal information in social media?
The first thing is the identity theft, right? Because if you are exposing too much personal information in your social media accounts, then someone can have hold of like every personal information that you have, and they can just use all those information to um, do something bad using your information. Maybe they can create a duplicate identity card, or they can create another profile where they replicate all the information from your profile into that profile, and they can be imposters of yours. So that is one of the risks of exposing too much information in social media. And even people can do things like stalking you in the social media, and even harass you based on what you have shared publicly, right? And yeah, there could be the cases of the scams and all. If a scammer knows a lot about you, then he or she can know that you like something or you don't like something, right? So based on that, they could like carry out targeted scams on you. Yeah, those are some of the risks at the top of my head.
So, with the risks, how can someone protect their account from being hacked or from hackers?
First thing is that we need to have a strong password, and secondly, we need to enable multi-factor authentication for logging in. What that does for us is, if there is a new login, uh, we get to confirm that using a secondary device or a secondary authenticator app, and we can stop the login from happening if we know for sure that it's not us ourselves who is doing the login. And there are ways to recover somebody's password online, or to say that I have forgotten the password, and claim to be the person behind that profile. On Facebook, sometimes you get, if you say that you have forgotten the password, Facebook might ask you to identify some of your friends. So and then it might have a series of steps to determine whether it is you actually who has forgotten the password, or if it's a imposter. So essentially, what we have to do is always reduce the amount of information, private information, that we have about our friends, about our location. And a general rule of thumb is to never use a very simple to remember password. Passwords must be complicated, complex, large, and two-factor authentication is a must.
So, this brings us to the end of our interview. We thank Mr. Sanjay sir and Rishabh sir for their time and insights. And thanks to our audience for watching, and stay tuned for more such engaging conversations with Nepal Verified News.